Yo, what up, man? It's your boy Cage in the motherfucking basement. We live, we lit, man. We back at it. Ground up shit. Hey, yo, first and foremost, I want to shout out everybody that showed support on the last video and all my videos, man. I appreciate that. Appreciate all the subscribers. But you already know, man, we got to get into this shit all over again. Cassidy versus Goodz. Boy, oh boy, how shit changed. Let me light the L of this one. Now, off rip, I just want to say this. And I'm going to be the first one to say it. As much as this battle's been talked about before it happened, after it happened, still, as much shit going on involving this battle, I'm going to be the first one to say it. This battle's a fucking classic. And I'm going to tell you why. No, I'm not even going to get into the why. I'm gonna still wait till the battle drop on YouTube, man. So, I don't want to sound crazy to most of the people that ain't see this shit yet. But Smack, come on, drop this battle, man. Y'all got one on your hands. Drop this battle, man. Niggas is getting hundreds of thousands and tens of thousands of views talking about this shit, man. Ball for ball breakdown. Drop the battle, Smack. I know the VOD doing good, man. But drop the battle, man. You still could eat up the VOD, man. I ain't gonna hold you. This shit is fire, man. Trust me. Fuck what everybody's saying. I'm gonna say this shit right now. This battle is way better than people making it out to be. And I'm just kind of mad that people was downplaying this shit. But anyway, let me get into 3 things I want to talk about. Just with the narratives and the media and everything that's going on around the battle. One of the things I want to talk about is the narrative, the bullshit the bloggers tried to pull when they first left that fucking building. I want to talk about that, man. I gotta holler at y'all niggas about that, man. Come on, we see through all of that, man. That's the first thing I want to talk about. The bullshit narrative that the bloggers tried to spin as soon as they left the building. Second thing I want to talk about is these battle rappers downplaying this battle, man. Stop it. Stop it. Y'all niggas is looking crazy out there. And the last thing is, how shit done changed that fast, man? The battle ain't even fucking dropped yet and shit is already looking spooky out there. Niggas is flip-flopping. Niggas is switching their opinions, man. Shit looking crazy. Niggas is getting attacked by their own fan bases. Shit looking crazy out there. But let's get into it, man. Your boy Cage, man. Look, listen. I brought this up in my last video. The narrative niggas was trying to spin with the battle was whack and, you know, Cassidy got washed and Goodz cleaned them up. I said from the rip, my last video, that was bullshit. That narrative was crazy. But I kind of spent this last couple of weeks watching the theatrics, man, watching the charades, the shit show going on, man. Motherfuckers is lying, pulling integrity, going back on their words, a bunch of hive mentality shit. Man, I could go on and on about what's been going on. But I just want to touch on a couple of things. I'm just trying to figure out for the life of me why. I'm like, I can understand the battle rappers forming a team or alliance to come at Cassidy in the building and make it look a certain way. I understood that. But I just couldn't understand for the life of me why a lot of these bloggers and people was just caping for this shit. And I know you could chalk it up to a couple of reasons. Like, you could say a motherfucker was hating. You could say a motherfucker probably had Cassidy losing before the battle and he just want to hold up his integrity or he don't want to look crazy out there. Or a motherfucker probably had Goodz losing. Now they see all the bloggers saying Cassidy lost. They want to switch their shit up. All that weird shit was happening. But I started paying close attention to why all the bloggers, knowing all these motherfuckers as professionals, why they was doing this shit. And something hit me. I'm like, yo, these motherfuckers probably bet on a battle and they went off the in the building effect or what happened in the building or what they thought happened in the building. And they tried to run on cam to their platforms and sway the majority vote to try to get that bread. I'm pretty sure most of these niggas bet on this battle. And that's why it was so weird. Now that these niggas done got their bread and the smoke done cleared, niggas is changing their opinions, man. But it had to be a motherfucker was either hating, not waiting till this shit hit YouTube, not giving it a fair shake in the building after the shit was said and done, trying to call niggas delusional. That shit is hate, or motherfuckers put money down, man. And I think that's whack, man. For any nigga to bet on this sport and then try to use his platform to sway the vote to try to not lose a bet, I think that shit is fucking corny, and I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all did that. But even without the bets, it was a shit show going on. Motherfuckers was acting like these bars wasn't up to par. Niggas didn't come with it. Niggas wasn't coming correct. That's all bullshit. That's all false. So I wasn't liking that. That's the main thing I wanted to touch, man. And another thing I wanted to bring up. Segueing into this. All the bloggers, we all been here before, man. We know how this shit work. It's like you got the in the building hype, the gas or whatever was going on in that moment. The hypeness, the gas, just living in the moment. You got that feel, then you got the on-cam feel. And like I mentioned last time, we even got the pay-per-view era now, where it's different. But I want to recall one moment in history where everybody's seeming to forget. And it's kind of reminding me of this card. It's like, before this battle, everybody was comparing this card to Summer Madness 2, because that was the biggest card. I compare this shit to Summer Madness 2 because there's one similarity that I'm seeing more than anything else. Other than the biggest card, the promotion, the big names and legends and all of this shit. Y'all gotta remember, Summer Madness 2 was similar to this shit, not only because it being the second, the biggest card until now. That was the card where all the legends came back, man. All the niggas that, quote unquote, got record deals or shit on battle rap to move on, all these niggas was coming back, man. Everybody, with the exception of probably Loaded Lux, on that card coming back, damn near had a deal. I say this again. This is why I don't understand why the battle rappers was trying to downplay this card or downplay what just happened. Everybody, every legend on that card had a record deal after battle rap and came back to battle rap on Summer Madness 2. The majority of them. Sirius Jones, he had a record deal. Didn't work out. Ness, record deal. Didn't work out. Do I gotta keep going? John and Hitman didn't have a record deal. Cool. They wasn't the legends coming back. Iron Solomon, man. Mook, record deal. Rough Riders and shit came back. Didn't work out. Like, all of these niggas was industry niggas at that point. Yo, when they did Summer Madness 2, Mook, Sirius Jones, fucking Ness, all of these niggas was coming back from the industry careers, man. That didn't work out. They was industry niggas coming back to battle rap. They wasn't getting all that slap. And that card ended up being the illest card in battle rap. But I didn't even bring that card up to talk about that. I just wanted to bring up that one point. That was another card where a bunch of quote-unquote battle rap niggas that went to the industry now coming back to battle rap. And a lot of these niggas are still here to this day. They didn't go nowhere. And that's what I think Cassidy should do. But we ain't going to bring up that. That's for a whole nother video. But I just wanted to bring up this. I remember specifically after that card was over, there was no pay-per-view. You had to really go off of, the interviews, like 15 Minutes of Fame, like con artists, all these niggas that was there with footage that you could hear something about. And I don't even think Twitter was that popping back then. You had to hear it through interviews and shit. But basically, what everybody was talking about leaving Summer Madness 2, it's three things I remember being the main topics of discussion before the battles got released. I'm talking about right fresh out the building. Everybody was like, Sirius Jones and Clips was fire. Clips did his thing. The highlight of the night, though, was Rex and Aver. Rex winning that 10K. I seen a couple niggas, not a lot of niggas, like a small amount of niggas talking about Lux as soon as they left that building. What I remember niggas saying about Lux and Calico right after the battle on cam, it wasn't like they was disappointed. They was more or less like, yo, Lux choked. All I remember from that battle was niggas saying was, yo, Lux choked, but he still might have won the battle. I'm not sure. I got to go back and watch that. That's what everybody was saying. Nobody was like, oh, that's the greatest battle ever, and none of that shit. When niggas left that building, they was saying, oh, the illest shit that night was Verb and Rex, Diddy throwing a 10K on stage. That was the highlight of the fucking night. DNA and fucking Ness, nobody was talking about that. I don't remember nobody talking about that. But long story short, all I'm saying is in the building, the highlight was T-Rex and Verb, and then you probably could talk about the clips and the Sirius Jones shit. Very few people was talking about the Lux shit. But when them battles released, though, when them shits came out on YouTube, I think the John Hitman battle came out first. That was like the first battle they released. That shit was crazy. Not only was nobody really talking about that battle, that ended up being probably the second best battle on the card. If it wasn't for Lux and Whistling, that was an instant classic. Instant classic. Nobody was calling that a classic when they left that building. Nobody. Not one person was saying John and Hitman was a classic when they left that building. They were saying it's a fire battle or they both put on. But nobody was calling that shit a classic. Now it's a fucking cult classic. Instantly. That's one point I want to make. Second point I want to make. Loaded Lux and Calico is the best battle that ever fucking went down. But in the building, nobody could perceive that. Nobody could understand that. They wasn't able to absorb that. It was too much. Lux had too much shit. Calico was doing too much. Like, I still to this day think that's one of the best Calicos hands down. By far. But he was just up against Lux. I don't think Calico gave a better performance than his first 2 rounds versus Lux ever. But it didn't matter. He was up against Lux. So basically, we need to take that into account. Summer Madness 2, man, is the perfect example. Another thing, we got to see the T-Rex versus Verb. We clearly saw that even though T-Rex I still gave Rex the battle, but we still noticed that after the 10K got put up, Verb didn't get no fair shot in there, man. They booed this nigga all the way back to St. Louis. What Verb said? He said in the interview, he threw up. That nigga puked. He lost it, nigga. He couldn't even stomach that shit. They did him dirty in the building. I watched that shit. That shit wasn't fair. And another thing that happened that night. Clips and Sirius Jones lived up to what everybody was talking about. It was hella dope with the whole freestyle and the rebuttal shit Clips did. That shit was fire. But to me, one of my favorite battles of the whole night is DNA versus motherfucking Ness, man. Cause shit nutty, man. Shit nutty, man. That shit was crazy. All 4 of y'all. I gotta talk to all 4 of y'all. That shit was crazy. But that was a very entertaining battle when it was all said and done. To this day, I can watch that battle and just die laughing. Ness versus DNA. That shit was funny as hell. But yeah, basically, I said all that to say this. When niggas left Summer Madness, the narrative switched once them battles came out, man. Once them battles came out, Lux and Calico became the greatest battle we ever saw with our own 2 eyes. Instantly. John Hitman became a classic. We all realized that Rex might have won the battle, but they still didn't give Verb a fair shot. So Verb technically could have argued that he won. So with all that being said, that was the first time it really became a factor. This happened a lot since then. With a crowd or the people in the building is saying one thing or Twitter is saying one thing, but once that footage come out, shit be looking different. And we already seeing with these bar for bar breakdowns, like the third thing I want to talk about, niggas is flip-flopping. A lot of motherfuckers is changing their opinions already, whether they going for Goodz or going for Cassidy. It don't fucking matter. A lot of niggas is changing their shit up. That's what I'm saying. with the professionals of the sport, the bloggers, man, we need to take a step back and let this shit be processed once it's complete. Because URL is still chopping this shit up. They still editing. They still got a plan for this shit. We don't need to sway opinions off of bets, biasness, hating, none of that. We need to call it how we see it. I don't give a fuck who you got winning. But call it how you see it, man. Stand up and keep it real. And if you got a winner, if you're going to pick a winner, if you're going to give up an argument, have some valid points, man. Because the shit I hear niggas saying is fucking crazy, man. Have some valid points, man. Don't talk about no dumb shit, man. Don't be no grown-ass man talking about how another man was dressed and that won him a rap battle. Or how another man was looking stiff and that made him lose a battle. Don't talk to me about no stupid shit about that, man. Have another valid point, man. Other than that, man, it's your boy Cage in the motherfucking basement, man. We live, we lit, man. Like I said, man, Cassidy versus Goodz, man. Shit done changed, man. Shit getting spooky. Smack, drop the battle, man. Yeah!